Welcome to GodSpark Nation. I am your host. My name is Tracy. I'm so happy to see your smiling faces and a big welcome to our new members. And I just want to thank you for being here and part of QHS and for taking your health so seriously. And I want you to thank yourself for making yourself a priority, because the more you help yourself, the more you help everyone around you. And that is one of the quantum GodSpark connections. So my goal tonight is to completely change how you think about your life, about your body, and about your superpowers. So last week we talked about the Star Trek Prime Directive and the QHS Prime Directive. And so in case you weren't with us, I did have recordings. So I have taken all of the GodSpark Nations I have done this last month, and they are all on YouTube with a new playlist. So you can check it out. But the QHS Prime Directive is vision, intention, action. Okay, vision, intention, action, which is thought, word, and deed. And when I was trying to decide on a topic, the natural choice for me was to break these down into baby steps so that you can take them and apply them to your life. And then on Wednesday, I was listening to that beautiful video that is at the beginning of our volunteer call, and I heard Laura's beautiful voice, and it struck me. Do you actually let those words sink in? And do you apply them to your life? Because we've heard them so many times that how often do we stop to just break them down and focus on them? So this one, what dreams would you care to achieve if you knew you could count on being youthful and capable for years to come? So that dream would be a vision, right? So that is your vision of what you dare to achieve. And we know that this is possible. We know that we are working slowly, then fastly on aging younger and on aging backwards. So then I remembered Cynthia's initial explanation of the GodSpark when she worked at those particle accelerator labs. And for those of you that don't know the story, I'll briefly share it. So years ago, Cynthia worked for a particle accelerator company in that space. And she worked at Stanford and Lawrence Livermore Labs. And essentially a particle accelerator is a machine that by using electromagnetic fields, it propels charged particles through like a tube or a beam. And so they go at very high speeds with high energy. And these large particle accelerators are used for research in particle physics. Well, when they were running these experiments, the particles would go through this tube and they would be up to 5 miles long, but no humans could be in the room because that human could influence the particle. For instance, if you told the particle to do counterclockwise backflips, it would do that. If you said to slow down, speed up, or do a somersault, it would. So humans had to actually leave the room. And this is GodSpark in action. If you have the ability to influence a particle in a tube, think about that for a moment. What else do you have the ability to influence? So oftentimes people think of GodSpark as just like this one thing, but let's backtrack a little together. So what is your body made of? Many people, well, we know it's made of cells, right? So then what are cells made of? Molecules. And molecules are made of atoms. And what are atoms made of? Well, did you know that a singular atom is 99.9% empty space? And the rest is particles. So it's kind of funny when you think of we're just a cluster of atoms and atoms are mostly empty space. So are we just empty space? No, but that's a whole nother conversation. So, but think about just the particle part of us. That rhymed. So if you look at a particle and you have influence on a particle outside of your body, think about the influence that you have inside of your body. So if you think about that you have influence on the GodSpark in your body, because that influence is the GodSpark that is in every cell and every particle of your body. So you can influence the particles on the inside of your body too. Is that cool or what? That is crazy. So that remaining 99.9% of empty space, I'm going to put that in quotes because it's essentially energy, frequency, light, and it all has this vibration, right? And a week or two ago, we talked about vibration. And so it's really important to stay in a high vibration because that is 99.9% of you is this beautiful vibration. So how can you influence these particles? That 0.1% that is extremely important considering it's the God spark. Remember, vision, intention, action. So we're going to start with vision. So you know this story, Alice in Wonderland. Well, there's this famous scene with her and the Cheshire Cat. And you know that old thing, which way do I go? So she says that Alice says to the Cheshire Cat, would you please tell me which way I ought to go from here? And the Cheshire Cat says, well, that depends a good deal on where you want to get to, Alice. And she says, I don't much care where. And the Cheshire Cat says, then it doesn't matter which way you go. So how can I show you the way when you don't know where you are going? So there's your question. Where do you want to go? What makes you happy? What lights you up? When I was talking to somebody the other day about this, they said, I don't even know what makes me happy anymore, which is so sad because that's the goal of living, right? Is to find joy and peace and love and gratitude and enjoy the time that you have here. So a couple weeks ago, we spoke about your future self and what advice would you give your younger self, knowing that you would one day be a little older. Well, today, I want you to look into a future a year from now and decide what you want that to look like. Because remember, what dreams would you dare to achieve if you knew you could count on being youthful and capable for years to come? What dreams did you once have that you were told by your very well-intentioned parents that it was impossible? Did you want to be a ballerina or a professional baseball player? Did you want to travel the world or have half a dozen babies? So creating a powerful vision for your life, it involves a deep understanding of your values and your passions and your goals, okay? And so the best thing to know is that you control the God spark in your body, this creative force that is inside of you. So you can create your best life. You have direct influence. QHS is here to help you with the QT wave, and we know that amazing things are already happening with the QT wave flowing through us. And we also know that great new products are coming down the pipe very soon. But how would your life change if you could depend on feel healthy, confident each and every day? It would change a lot, right? So know in your heart that that is happening. Notice that word depend. This is the QHS commitment. You've heard Cynthia say she wants 100% results in 100% of the people, and to give health to every human on the planet. And we will get there because she is committed to this. She said she wants to cover the world with health and healing. But when you have doubts about anything, any vision or goal or intention you set for yourself, when you have doubts, you tell the universe, oh, I think I changed my mind. She must have changed her mind, because you need to keep your eye on the prize and keep your focus on what you truly want, not the absence of it. Because a wise person once said, if you argue for your limitations, you get to keep them. And I love the law of attraction with Abraham Hicks. She says that when you focus on what you want, you are floating down the river of ease. But when you focus on the absence of it, you're paddling upstream and creating more of what you don't want. And we are committed to helping you take baby steps to a better life. Slow down, be aware, be a noticer, and find that inner joy. What is one thing that you can do now or after this call that lights you up and brings you joy? Because that, my friends, will raise your vibration. So I have a homework assignment for you. Okay, and some of you may have done this with me already before, but there's this beautiful song called Unwritten by Natasha Bedingfield. So please do this homework. Go into a quiet place and drop your awareness down into your heart space. Get out of your head. Just be in your heart and listen to this song with your eyes closed, holding your future in front of you and focusing on your God spark, knowing that you are a creator and you can create your best life, and it starts now. Then when the song is over, grab a blank sheet of paper and write out your vision. Write it out as if it's a year from now and you are already living this life that you dream about. And then when it's all ready, it's in present tense as if you're already there, okay? And then read this vision out loud in the morning and at night right after you brush your teeth. It's a great thing to keep it right there in your bathroom, somewhere that it's easily been able to see. Your subconscious mind does not know the difference between imagination and reality, and it only believes what you feed it. So feed it what you want to create, and let's help your God spark create the vision you desire. And it starts right here. Keep your faith and your hope burning brightly, my friends, because we are a family here at QHS. And with the love that we share and the power of the God spark, we are going to be creating, or we are actually creating now, this amazing future. So remember, so somebody asked the song title. It is called Unwritten, and I'll post it in the chat here, by Natasha Bedingfield. And make sure you have some Kleenex, because it is one of those that just get you every time. So your burning question is, what dreams would you dare to achieve if you knew you could count on being youthful and capable for the years to come? Or saying it in another way, how would your life change if you could depend on feeling healthy and confident each and every day?